They said the stars were silent, but that silence hid the truth. Worlds burned, empires fell, and in the dark, one human choice changed everything. This is not fiction. It's a memory of who we truly are.
They said love can't survive among the stars, but they never met a human like him. In the emerald jungles of Vaxara 4, where glowing vines breathe with alien life, a lone hover skiff cuts through the mist. Captain Reese Kane, a human scout from Earth's exiled fleets, isn't searching for glory, only for truth. The Empire calls compassion inefficient, but for Reese, it's the one thing that makes humanity worth saving. A sudden tremor. The ground splits open. Imperial mining drones, out of control, tear through the valley. And there, amid the chaos, a crashed Imperial shuttle. From the wreckage crawls Lyra Voss, silver-scaled, ancient, and abandoned. 61 years old, yet her eyes still burn with fire. Her empire has already decided she's obsolete, but Reese doesn't hesitate. One life is still worth saving, he whispers. He dives into the smoke, pulls her aboard as spores ignite the air like falling stars. And in that single act of defiance, the spark of something forbidden begins to burn. But neither of them knows that saving her life will doom an entire empire. The skiff trembles through the storm, vines lashing against the hull, plasma fire echoing behind them. Inside, Lyra Voss clutches her wounded side, her silver scales fading to dull gray. Her voice, weak but sharp with pride. I was once an advisor to the Empire. Now they call me inefficient. Pause, low emotional tone. Reese bandages her wound using a strip from his flight suit. Hands steady, eyes focused. He doesn't ask why. He just helps. Flashback cue, low reverb echo. For a moment, he remembers his own colony, the elders left behind during a raid. That guilt, that promise, carved into his soul. Return to present, low voice, determined. Patrols close in, sensors flare red. He makes a choice no soldier should. He veers off course into a cave of glowing spores. Lyra's soft, confused tone. Why help me, human? You gain nothing. Slight grin in voice. Humans don't leave people behind. And besides, you're kind of hard to forget. Short chuckle, light tension break. You're young, foolish, and you're wise, Reese smirks, and beautiful. Pause, emotional tension builds. Their eyes meet in the glow. Between them, warmth, fragile yet real. Music dips, low whisper. But beneath that moment lies a secret, a chip hidden in her cloak, holding proof of the Empire's darkest crimes. Echo, ominous tone, genocides hidden behind the word efficiency. Low, cinematic fade out. 3. The storm has passed, but danger hasn't. The skiff bursts from the cave mouth, thrusters screaming as plasma bolts cut through the jungle mist. Empire fighters, sleek, silver predators, swarm like metallic wasps. "Hold on!" Reese shouts. He jerks the controls. The ship dives between glowing vines, the air alive with light and fire. "Veer left. The spores, they'll blind their sensors." He obeys without question. For a woman twice his age, she commands like a general. 33 years older and still outflying me? Lyra smirks, voice steady even in chaos. "Experience, human. Try keeping up." A cinematic hit, explosion behind them. The skiff takes a hit, metal screams. They crash land into the ruins of an old Vexarian temple, the cockpit filling with smoke and sparks. Panting, echo of footsteps. "Move!" Reese grabs her hand. They run through corridors lit by bioluminescent moss and crumbling walls. Empire troops close in, their shouts distorted, mechanical. Fast cuts, chase rhythm. Reese vaults a barrier. Lyra phases through a wall of light, her alien grace effortless. Softening tone. In the chaos, she speaks, almost to herself. "I was forced into marriages before. Political, hollow." Beat of silence. This time, she looks at him, fierce and alive. "It's my choice to fight." Low, emotional underscore. As they escape into the night, the truth flickers on a stolen datapad. Evidence of an empire that destroys its elders. It's weak. Its heart. Whisper, fading into music. And tonight, a young human and an aging alien ignite a spark the galaxy won't forget. Dust falls from the shattered ceilings. Moonlight filters through cracks in the stone. For the first time since the chase, there is silence. Reese sets the broken blaster aside, his hands trembling. Lyra kneels beside him, her luminous skin faintly glowing in the dark. "You saved me," he says. "No, human," she answers quietly. "You reminded me why I wanted to live." Distant thunder, metallic echoes of troops searching outside. They hide behind the ancient altar, carvings of human faces, centuries old, buried in alien soil. "These ruins," Reese murmurs, "they're human, from the first colony expeditions. The Empire's been hiding this." Tense music rises. Lyra touches the cymbals, her voice trembling. "My mother told me stories of a time when humans and Vexarians walked the stars together before the Purge. And now," she breathes, "they call love between us treason." Close-up, cinematic whisper. Reese looks at her, his voice low but steady. "Then let treason be the beginning of freedom." Soft piano, emotional build. For a moment, the galaxy fades. Only their heartbeats remain. She leans closer, forehead against his. "Your lifespan is short, mine almost over." Reese answers, a broken half-laugh. "Then let's steal the time they tried to take from us." Deep breath, sound of approaching soldiers. Alarms echo through the ruins. Lyra rises, her voice filled with quiet fury. "If they want a symbol to fear, let it be us." Music swells, cinematic crescendo. Two figures, silhouetted in blue light, step out into the storm together. Not fugitives, but the first spark of rebellion. And somewhere across the stars, the Empire feels the beginning of its end.
5. Above the clouds, a city floats, steel towers, red banners, and the cold hum of order. Here, love is illegal, and mercy a forgotten word. Commander Verak stands before the Council of the Empire. A hologram flickers, showing Reese and Lyra together in the ruins. Find them, he orders, before their story spreads. Because in the Empire's eyes, one human and one alien loving each other is more dangerous than any weapon. Meanwhile, far below, in the canyon valleys of Nara 9, Reese and Lyra move through the smoke-filled dawn. They've become ghosts, hunted by a system built on fear. They track emotions now. Even our heartbeat could give us away. Then let them hear it. Let them hear what it sounds like when a human refuses to kneel. The pair hide inside an abandoned transport ship, its walls covered with human graffiti, messages from long-lost workers. We were here. We built this empire. They used us and then erased us. Not erased, forgotten. If they want to hunt ghosts, then let us haunt them with the truth. And for the first time in a century, the Empire feels fear.
6. Inside the drifting cargo ship, the air is thick with smoke, silence, and purpose. Reese stares at the flickering map. Red dots, patrols, blue, rebels, and only one signal, still alive. Lyra's hand brushes his shoulder. They'll kill anyone who helps us, she whispers. Reese looks up, his eyes cold fire. Then we give them something worth dying for. The ship's comm crackles. A voice, human, tired, but defiant. This is Outpost Vega. We hear you. For the first time, humanity answers back. Music swells, rising courage. In hidden stations across the system, old workers wake, forgotten soldiers power up their relics, and outlawed AIs flicker to life. Lyra's voice, soft but steady. They said we were broken. Let's show them what broken can do. Explosions sound in the distance. Alarms echo. The ship shakes. The Empire has found them. Urgent tone. Reese grips the controls. Then it begins now. Engines roar. Tension builds fast. The cargo vessel dives through clouds of burning debris, chased by Imperial drones, lightning flashing all around. Quick breath, whispering between chaos. Lyra, Reese, if we die, Reese, then they'll remember we tried. Music reaches peak, cinematic crescendo. The storm swallows them. Their signal disappears, but across the galaxy, a message spreads. Calm, echoing outro. Freedom has a heartbeat again. 7. 3 days have passed since the storm. The Empire calls it an accident. But in the lower decks of 10,000 worlds, whispers say otherwise. They survived. And they struck back. Across the colonies, the Empire tightens control. Curfews, silence, fear. Yet the more they try to bury the truth, the faster it spreads.
Children draw their faces on the walls. A human and an alien, hand in hand, defying the storm. Lyra and Reese have become something larger than life. Not fugitives anymore. Symbols. A story too dangerous to erase. Find them. Crush the myth before it becomes faith. But faith has already taken root in the hearts of miners, mechanics, forgotten AI minds, in every soul that remembers what freedom once felt like. This is not rebellion. This is humanity remembering itself. And so begins the legend of two who refused to kneel, their names carried in secret across galaxies. Because sometimes all it takes to start a revolution is for one heart to keep beating.
8. Opening, tense, metallic hum of a warship. Far above the red storms of Vexara, the Imperial flagship drifts through silence, its shadow cutting across the clouds like a blade. Low, gritty male voice, controlled tension. Reese and Lyra are inside, two fugitives walking straight into the lion's den. Every corridor hums with power. Every door hides a patrol. But their eyes say it all. They've come to end it, or die trying. Female voice, calm, commanding. Stay close. When the lights flicker, that's our chance. Short pause, heartbeat sound. The lights die. Chaos erupts. Fast-paced score, percussion and heavy strings. They move like shadows. Lyra's psychic field bends light around them. Reese fires EMP bursts, cutting down defenses. Panels spark, walls explode with blue plasma fire. Cold, distorted voice, Admiral cracks over the comms. You think you matter, human? You were created to serve. Forced unions, controlled births. The galaxy needs order, not emotion. Reese through gritted teeth. Then you've already lost. Cinematic clash, alarms blaring, bridge door bursts open. Cracks turns, silver armor glinting, eyes burning cold. Lyra's aura ignites, gold and violet. She steps forward, voice trembling with fury. You made us weapons, but you forgot we still had hearts. Explosion of sound, psychic surge, systems overloading. The flagship trembles, lights flaring out. Gravity fails, soldiers float helplessly as the hull tears apart. Cracks screams into static, consumed by his own war machine. Music slows, soft piano and wind sounds. In the silence that follows, Reese reaches for her hand. Their fingers touch, floating among falling embers. Whispering tone. Is it over? Lyra, faint smile. For the Empire, yes. For us, it's just the beginning. Final shot. The ship breaking apart in the void. Camera pulls back. Two lights drift away. A human and an alien soul. Free for the first time. Emotional outro. Slow, hopeful strings. Because love, even born from war,
can change the course of galaxies.
Opening. Soft wind, faint static of destroyed machinery. Silence. Only drifting ash and the distant hum of dying engines remain. Calm male voice, tired but gentle. Reese wakes amid floating wreckage, his armor scorched, his breath shallow. He turns and finds her. Soft female breathing, faint echo. Lyra drifts nearby, her scales dim but still glowing faintly gold. The war is over, but the galaxy feels heartbreakingly quiet. Tender piano begins, slow, emotional rhythm. He reaches out, fingers brushing hers in the zero-gravity void. For a moment, there are no soldiers, no empires, no orders. Only two souls who refuse to become what the galaxy wanted them to be. Soft female voice, trembling. You should have left me. You could have lived. Reese, voice cracking, but warm. I did live. The moment I met you. Short pause. Music swells with emotion. Lyra smiles, a rare, fragile smile. Her hand presses against his chest, a faint glow spreading through his body, the psychic bond reigniting. Whispered voiceover, distant echo, Lyra's inner thoughts. Through the ritual I saw everything, and something grew within me. Reese, breathless. What do you mean? She closes her eyes. Faint heartbeat sound builds up. The link, it wasn't just our minds. It became life. Music rises, warm, radiant strings. She places his hand on her abdomen, a soft, golden pulse. A new heartbeat, not human, not Vixarian, something between. Reese whispers, overcome. A child. Lyra nods, tears forming, voice breaking softly. A future neither empire could ever imagine. Camera pans wide, the stars glimmering beyond the broken ship. They drift together through the void, bathed in the light of a rising nebula. Reese, softly. We survived war to give birth to peace. Final shot, their silhouettes against starlight, faint lullaby in the background. Because love, once forbidden, has now become the beginning of a new galaxy.
A new world. Blue skies, golden grass, and twin suns rising together, like two souls reborn. Reese and Lyra stand at the edge of a vast valley. No banners, no empires. Only the sound of a child's laughter echoing through the morning air. He has your eyes and your stubbornness. And your spirit. The galaxy's in trouble already. Behind them, the settlement stirs. Humans and Vexarians working side by side. No masters, no subjects. Just life, rebuilding itself from the ashes. The war that began with control ended with understanding. And the love once mocked by the Empire became the seed of a new alliance. From their bond came a promise, a child born of two worlds, a living proof that empathy can reshape the stars. Maybe peace isn't built by soldiers, but by those who dare to love. Their hands meet, human and alien, scarred and luminous, united not by command,
but by choice. We're done surviving. Now we live. And so, on the edge of a newborn dawn, humanity remembered what it was meant to be, not conquerors, but creators of hope. An HFY story where humanity always finds a way. Subscribe to Galaxy Sci-Fi for more HFY.